This episode of Meet the Mouse is made possible by mousehotels.com from Hotels.com and Expedia. Get the best price on all the best Disney hotels, including a free night for every 10 you buy. Coming up on this episode, behind the scenes in Adventureland, the best spot to watch Illuminations at Epcot, and a super secret tip for relaxing away from the crowds at Magic Kingdom. I'm Lucy Locke, and this is the show that helps you discover your Disney dreams. Here is adventure. Here is romance. Here is mystery. Tropical rivers silently flowing into the unknown. The unbelievable splendor of exotic flowers. The eerie sound of the jungle with eyes that are always watching. This is Adventureland. So summed up Walt Disney of his creation of the epic Adventureland. And Adventureland here at the Magic Kingdom certainly lives up to Walt's vision. Whereas theming of other lands like Main Street and Tomorrowland could be limited to props and facades, Adventureland isn't a nostalgic replica of a time period or a depiction of a genre. The very idea of Adventureland causes a stirring in the soul of any adventurist worth his or her salt. Adventure? What kind of adventure? What is it about adventure that creates a murmur of excitement in us? Is it the possibilities, the unknown, the undiscovered, all hovering just in front of you, waiting for you to reach out and grab hold of them? This was the feeling Walt and his Imagineers wanted to create with Adventureland, and create it they certainly did. From the moment you step onto the bridge that takes you across the river from the central hub of the park, you feel the pull of adventure taking hold of you. Disney was a master at creating deeply evocative theming. Nothing is random despite appearances, and Adventureland is no exception. Before you step onto the bridge, take a look at the Crystal Palace restaurant at the very end of Main Street. The Crystal Palace sits between Main Street USA and Adventureland, and while the theming transitions are subtle, the subliminal results are so powerful that they flawlessly transport you from turn-of-the-century New England to the deepest jungles of Africa and Asia without you even noticing. Take a look at the pristinely manicured plants surrounding the Crystal Palace and notice how they almost imperceptibly transform to become overgrown, dense, lush, and overwhelmingly green. Thus, the stage is set for our entry into the undiscovered wilderness of Adventureland. As you walk through Adventureland, you'll realize that it isn't meant to represent a single theme or region. Rather, it encompasses a variety of locations, including the South Sea Islands, the jungles of Africa and Asia, the Middle East, and even the Caribbean, resulting in a deep-seated feeling of discovery rather than a simple tour of one land or continent like the countries of Epcot. Because of this, the design of the landscape and environment in Adventureland were critically important. Whereas 1 or 2 layers of theming in other areas would suffice to create the desired atmosphere, Adventureland demanded multiple layers of theming to truly submerge guests in the experience. For example, take note of the tribal masks, carved animal figures, pirate cannons, and lush, deep planting, with South African honeysuckles, Brazilian bougainvillea, date palms, Mexican tangled vines and tropical flowers all taking center stage, yet they're oddly comfortable and uncompetitive with each other. Your envelopment in adventure continues with strains of jungle drums and pirate chants floating in the background. When Walt envisioned Adventureland, he said he wanted to create a place that would transport him far from civilization to the remote jungles of Africa and Asia. His Imagineers lived up to that commission, and as a result, Adventureland manages to give you the feeling of being transported back in time to a magical place where nature entangles itself around civilization, danger dances with romance, and old-fashioned fun collides with exotic adventure. That's the pirate's way, me hearties. It's easy to think that a quiet place at the Magic Kingdom is a wish that will never come true. But then again, this is Disney, and wishes come true for taller kids as well as the short ones. As you exit the raft at Tom Sawyer Island, make a left and follow the trail around, staying close to the river. You'll stumble upon this perfect little nook that nobody ever seems to stop at, because they're all too busy being yanked ever onwards by enthusiastic chidlers, probably. 2 or 3 rocking chairs are quietly waiting for you to occupy them. Just pull up a peanut crate, put your feet up, and listen to the crickets as the river chuckles past. Can you think of anything more idyllic? The crowds will seem a million miles away, and when you're ready, you can stroll back to civilization feeling refreshed and rather superior to the hordes of frazzled adults. Oh, and another tip, bring your vacation book. It's the perfect spot for a read and a snooze. Actually, now that I'm all relaxed, let's get some answers to your questions with letters to Lucy. Today's question comes from Jill B. of Windsor, England. Oh, that's right by my hometown. Jill asks, where is the best place to watch Illuminations at Epcot? Well, Jill, I've seen Illuminations many times, and I would have to say my favourite spot to see the show from is in front of the Mexico Pavilion, where there's plenty of chairs and tables. You might even want to grab yourself a burrito or a refreshing margarita. It's important to stake your place early to get a good view. About 30 to 40 minutes should do it. If you're travelling with friends, you could flip a coin to decide who saves the seats and who wanders back over to France for a yummy pastry, or to Germany to pick up a warm cup of mulled wine. It's all so civilised. Another great place to watch the show is from the bridge between France and England. The problem with those areas, though, is that seating is very limited, and getting there early to save seats means arriving more than an hour ahead of the show, which is a bit of a drag. So Mexico would be my recommendation, but really, unless you're stuck behind a tree, you'll be wowed by the show wherever you happen to be standing. Thanks for sending in your question, Jill. Your special Mickey Mouse cuddly toy is winding its way to you now. If you'd like me to answer your question on the show and win your very own Mickey Mouse plush toy, simply click on the link below the video to submit your question. If you like this show, then you'll love the community here at Meet the Mouse. Join me in the members area for a lot more money-saving tips, guides to help you plan every trip to perfection, and all kinds of extra snazzy goodies. I can't wait to show you around! Join today and you'll also get 3 downloadable cheat sheets that contain some super sneaky insider information that will save you lots of money on all things Disney. Click the button below to take the tour and have a look at all the benefits you'll receive as a member. I'll see you inside. This week's Bet You Didn't Know got me so excited, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Did you know you can win the opportunity to spend the night at Cinderella's castle in her royal suite in Magic Kingdom? Ah, my goodness, can you imagine? Okay, first of all, just sleeping overnight inside the park would be pretty magical. But to sleep inside Cinderella's royal suite? Oh, well, I don't know that I'd get any sleep. So how do you win? Well, unfortunately, it really is luck of the draw. Every day, a Disney computer randomly selects a location and time somewhere at Walt Disney World. For example, it could be the 9th turnstile at Epcot at 10:47 a.m. The Disney Dream Team wait at that location until the designated time and then crown the lucky winner and their family, who are then whisked off to quickly pack an overnight bag for their stay in the castle. Once back at Magic Kingdom, they have a royal photo session before being taken down Main Street to the castle. The castle concierge checks them into the royal suite and gives them a tour. They're allowed some time to enjoy and explore the suite. Let the screaming begin! Before commencing their royal duties as the Grand Marshals for the Disney Dreams Come True parade. Afterwards, they're treated to dinner at Cinderella's royal table, also in the castle, as well as getting to meet Cinderella herself. The lucky family can enjoy a VIP viewing of the Wishes fireworks show and Spectro Magic Parade. And after the lights go out at the park and all the crowds have left, the fun goes on for the winners. They have private access to the park for up to 2 hours after it closes. Wow! They receive a VIP guide and can do special behind-the-scenes park tours. Once they return to their royal castle suite, they'll discover a turn-down service like no other. The royal maids, what if they're mice? Will have turned down and laid out sweets on the bed and stocked the room with drinks and snacks. Midnight feast, here we come. The wake-up call they receive the next morning, as if you could sleep with all that excitement, is from Cinderella herself before the families return to the relative reality of Walt Disney World. Phew! Can you imagine a more magical experience? Makes you want to rush off to Disney World right now, doesn't it? Well, that about wraps it up for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and join me again next week when I'll take you on an eating tour of Epcot, and I'll take a look at the top 5 most thrilling rides at the Walt Disney World Resort. I'm Lucy Locke, and this is the show that helps you discover your Disney dreams.